Okay. Okay. Hey, everybody.
Hey, everybody.
So this is the Johnny Shani experience. It's me, Hemachandra.
And Jhansy.
So how's everybody doing? We're here talking about some different things, the astrological forecast, among others. There's a lot going on in the stars. There's a lot going on with everything. So what have you been discovering astrologically that's of interest?
Well, there's a lot of things. I'm trying to see if I can connect on the live Facebook.
Right.
In a way that I can invite you into that one, so at least we can have
that would
one
be
of these things functioning the way we planned.
Right.
So I don't know, I might have to just be off my page because, it might not be working.
Oh, right.
You
have to do private.
Huh?
Yeah, maybe you have to do private, like your own personal thing.
I mean, it'll still be public, but it'll be on my page instead of the...
I mean, your personal Facebook
profile. Yeah, okay, so here, I went live now. I just invited you. So if you get in, let's see if we can add you.
Okay, I'm in.
Why does it always give that stupid option to add somebody and now it's not? Like, seriously. You know what I'm saying?
Right? I know exactly what you're saying. Okay. This is so funny.
All right, so
Mercury isn't retrograde either.
Mercury's in Saturday. I can do that, right? I can show my screen.
That's one of the things you can do. Share screen. It's a green button right in the middle.
Oh, yeah. Share screen. Okay. So let's show that. Let's show the astrology. So what do you see now?
I see Jagannath Hora.
Okay. So we see that there's these little parties going on.
Right.
In Sagittarius and in Capricorn. And we see that Mars is at the very end of
Sagittarius,
and it's soon going to be entering Capricorn. And what else is Pluto just entered Capricorn.
Right.
So we have Jupiter and Pluto in Uttarashada.
Yes.
On the Capricorn side, and Mars in Uttarashada on the Sagittarius side. So
wow, that's all clustered together in one nakshatra.
Yeah, and very close together also. They're very close. And this is the righteousness that we are seeing that everybody has.
Yeah.
Righteous indignation.
Yeah, plus Venus in Aries, I think, has something to do with something on that level too. You know, it makes it so the love isn't as sweet, it's more harsh. It's like especially what Venus. That's Bharani. It
What do
makes
you
it.
think it's doing? What do you think that's doing to it? What effect is what are you saying about that?
Oh well, Venus in Aries and Bharani also makes it so it's a little bit more harsh, I would think. If Venus was in Taurus, people might be a little more chill.
Mm-hmm.
But Aries is another one of those. It's a fire sign, so it has that
Right.
energy of righteousness.
Yeah.
So everything's chilling. We got 3 planets in in the fire sign of Sagittarius, and then Saturn is in Uttarabhadra, which is another one of these sun. I mean, Uttarashada,
Shada. Mm-hmm.
Uttarashada, which is another one of
Right.
these
It's all there. Yeah.
righteous.
They're all right. It's
Everything
there
is
too.
keyed up for that. And then
Yeah.
Shravan, and it's so funny, that was a very key observation that you made, which is that, today is Shravan, and so we get to hear all the stuff, like with Tulsi Gabbard, and everybody is just turning coat and saying, oh, go vote for Joe Biden. That's crazy.
Talk about righteous indignation. I'm about to flip my lid off of that shit.
I know.
I mean, I had been getting already the feeling that the whole thing was like a show and like really like this is for really entertainment purposes only. Like
Right.
I was really already, feeling that way, but it's like, okay, so as long, until they do something to fully. Can you still see the screen? Can you still see Jagannath Hora?
Yeah, I can still see Jagannath Hora.
Okay. So like
Yeah,
until
but
they do something to completely like make themselves look stupid, I was kind of giving them the benefit of the doubt, and this is just ridiculous.
it
This is
is
just
very
ridiculous.
ridiculous.
This is just, as far as I'm concerned, they all know that Trump is going to continue to be in power.
It's almost like
They all, huh?
It's almost like they want it.
It's almost like this whole thing is a show. The polling, the voting, the whole thing can be so easily manipulated. All of the systems are set up to be very easily manipulated. We already know that, but we, for whatever XYZ reason, cognitive dissonance, spiritual bypassing, choose to look past it and
Yeah.
to still give it some like shred of,
Hope.
credibility.
Right. Shred of hope. We hope. It's hope.
Yeah,
It's
people
like,
hope.
oh, I really, I hope, we expect, we hope, we try and hope that this astrological, I mean, that the government will do something for us, and they'll come and they'll parade with that hope. You know, but so this is the thing right now, and you know what I'm seeing when I'm looking at this, the other thing that I'm seeing, or Saturn is so prominent right now. And
Right. It's a very
he's
Saturnian
a time
time.
factor as well. In all the mythologies
Yeah.
of the West, Saturn is the time factor and also the spiritual factor in
Yeah.
many ways. And I really see this, what we're going through, as another symptom of Saturn's power. This whole thing, because what it's doing is it's forcing people to be isolated. It's forcing people to undergo tapasya. It's forcing people to undergo a kind of internal life.
Right.
And so
You and me been prepared for this for a long time. I mean, not to laugh at the people suffering or nothing like that, but that's like it's an ongoing
yeah,
joke / real thing in life that the extroverts are gonna have a harder time.
they're going to have a really hard time.
It's
They're
gonna
not
be
going to know what to
be
do.
harder. It's gonna be harder. So yeah, and then on top of it, Sun is in Uttarabhadra, ruled by Saturn.
Yeah.
And
And then Saturn is in Uttarashada, which is ruled by the sun.
mm,
You got a nakshatra energy exchange going on right there.
yeah. Yeah. Oh, yeah, that's true. They like kind of what's it called? That thing. Mutual exchange, none the
Yeah, there's a mutual
nakshatras
exchange, at least as
for
far as
Saturn and the Sun. And I see it all around me, and I see that earth signs are having a hard time because they're
necessities. Yeah.
basic people are having a hard time. People who have not cultivated their spiritual self enough are having a hard time because of that. And then air and fire signs, that tend to be the more extroverted,
Yeah.
are having a hard time because they can't have their happy little lives that they want to have
Yeah.
all the time. Their positivity thing is pretty much
it's
canceled.
evaporating into thin air.
Yeah, so the dark side is not what they want to know. The dark side is scary to them.
Yeah.
Generally speaking, obviously, nobody is one sign.
Somebody.
This is my disclaimers in case, no, I always got my disclaimers. So take the best, leave the rest. This is
Yeah,
one of many
exactly.
things that
Well,
you should
the other
listen
thing,
to.
the other thing that I'm seeing with this combination here, I think maybe that's the Saturn and the Sun sharing. Maybe we might see, this is the time for people to be honest. Like the sun energy is bright and shiny, but Saturn is like, okay, bro, like this is the time these extroverted people need to learn honesty, to be themselves, to show their true self.
Yeah, maybe you can put up the Jagannath Hora, like the steady one, and then I can look at some other things so that people can have the two screens.
Right.
I'll look at the like strengths of planets.
Yeah, I will.
We can have them side by side. So let's see, we're looking at I'm listening to you, but
Yeah, sure, of
I'm
course.
pulling up the
Here.
strength of like I wanna like illustrate the things that we're talking about astrologically as much as possible. See, this is what we're doing now. See how long we've been meaning to do these videos, you guys? We've been meaning to do a Zoom video like for 100 fucking years. And now we're finally doing it, Like we're
Yeah.
finally like, because that's what this time is about. It's like, okay, Saturn's very patient and he'll wait. But when all the energies come together in Saturn energy, all these parts of us coming together in Saturn energy, and then the sun thing, it's like, get practical, get organized. You had a lot of time. Now's the time. Buck up. Now's the time to get it together. And look at this. Look, if you see the Ashtaka Varga for right now,
Mm-hmm.
it's so perfect that we're doing this. It's hilarious because we're home. The highest score. You have it up? I still see. How do I know if you have the Jagannath Hora up?
Yeah, the Jagannath Hora is up.
Okay. So how can I see it the way the people see it?
I don't know. Basically, the way it looks right now is Jagannath Hora is the main thing, and us two faces in the right-hand corner.
All right. So you can see both of our Jagannath Horas.
Oh no, you can only do one at a time. So it's
Only
showing yours
one
right now.
screen will show. So now your screen is showing the
No, it's
Jagannath Hora.
showing yours.
Oh, I wish. Oh, so nobody can tell us how it looks because we're not live. All right, whatever. Who knows how people will see it once the videos. All right, we'll have to figure that out.
So what I'm seeing right now is the different things. It's ascendant, sun, moon, Mars, and the different numbers. And so 38. Yeah, 38. The fourth house is 38.
Yeah. Okay. So, and then also that gives the sun 8 points in the 4th house. So
Right.
the strength is to be home. That's hilarious.
That's what's going on right now.
Exactly. I mean, that's right now. That's not for this whole time.
But
Nothing like that.
also in general.
But exactly. I mean, that's why we did it right now, because this is an omen for the time that we're in. Like
Right.
this is you know, we waited for the signal for the right time to do it, and this is what was
Yeah.
channeled, divine timing, all that.
Yeah, this is what I want to do in the future very soon is do Mahabharat storytelling like every day for like an hour or two or more, just like for everybody to entertain them while they're, on their home stuck, have a captive audience, so to speak, and
Quarantine.
just do my stories, which is what I'm supposed to
Quarantine
do.
kata.
Quarantine kata, perfect. Quarantine kata. No, there's tons of people. They're kids. They don't even know what to do. Just put it on your YouTube. Set them up with me, and I'll be telling stories all day, and entertaining and channeling the power of Ganesh.
You got a whole like house full of storytellers there too. You need to get
I
them up
know.
on
Don't
this.
worry. I'm gonna put them up there too.
They
Bima's
need to
joined
all.
me. On Bima's birthday, we did a storytelling circle round of about 3. We tell a story and go to the next person, tell a story, who tells a story. We did that with everybody in the family. So everybody's a storyteller here, especially Neela's pretty good. Har Kirtan's really good. They all have all kinds of stories, so there's no shortage of stories in this place.
Well, that's good. I hope you guys do that. I hope you get started with that soon.
Yeah, no, we're gonna do that. We're gonna do that. I mean, it's like, I just wish they'd just get it over with and just declare like national quarantine or something. So it wasn't like, but it'll be that way. It's no doubt.
I mean, we have prep time. That's what they're doing now, right? Or
Yeah.
is people there still
I mean, as
working?
far as I know, Mississippi's already that way. The whole state of Pennsylvania is that way. The whole state of California is that way.
Is people there? Are people there
Somebody
still
called
working?
this is. I'll tell you about the Rahu and Ardra paranoia trip. Somebody called the cops on their neighbor because they heard them coughing.
Are you serious? It's like Raven said, coughing fascists.
Yeah, they called the cops on their neighbor because they heard them coughing, and they're like, "We think they have the coronavirus. You got to go over there and get them."
That's funny. People are funny. I mean, it's sad, but it's funny. It's you heard what they're gonna call this new generation, because now we start a new generation, like Gen X. That's it. Gen Z, it's finished now.
Right.
So now it's the coronial.
The coronial.
The coronial generation.
The coronial generation. Wow, you got 5 people watching you now.
Yeah, you know what? I have it facing the thing, but hey, you guys, thanks for coming. Radhe radhe. So, does anybody want to share? Do you have the option of joining the video on your end?
I can share it.
But you can't try to join it? What was that on Instagram, that joining thing? Am I confused in life?
Maybe. No, I've seen it before. Madhusudan Das. Yeah, how's everybody's experience of this situation? What do you feel? How do you feel out there in Facebook land?
Yeah, because we're not live on anything but Facebook. So, and we're only live on my page. Dang, maybe we should go live on Boss.
Right? That's an idea. I could do that too if you wanted.
Oh yeah, why don't you do it on your phone?
Yeah, I'll go live on my phone.
Okay, that way I'll keep this up.
Double exposure.
Or I don't know, just I was thinking, what do you think, Boss or Johnny Shani? Boss has more people,
Yeah,
but
I think Johnny Shunny.
Boss has like 400 and something. Johnny Shani has 100 and something.
Yeah. What is this?
So you're gonna do Boss?
Yeah.
And then just share it.
Transcendental to.
Huh?
This is the stuff we're talking about is astrology, but we're using astrology as it's supposed to be used, which is a tool of observation.
Yeah. I mean, it's applicable to everything. It's applicable. I mean, we're talking about life right now.
Exactly.
This
Being
is
honest.
you know, how people deal with this, the material, the spiritual.
Hey, now we're live on Boss.
Okay. So this is what we got going on this end. And my sister is asking, what's the best water filter? It's a Berkey.
Berkey is the best.
But I heard that they sold out.
I doubt it. You know what? My
Somebody said
my
that they
baby's
sold out.
mama's husband went to the gun store. He went to all the gun stores. You know what they had in the gun stores? The same thing in every one. That's nothing.
What do you mean the same thing?
Nothing.
Nothing? They're all sold out?
Empty.
Damn, I know a lot of people that stocked up on guns.
Everything. Gone.
Yeah, ready for freaking Armageddon up in his biatch.
I have to start making spears.
Oh, my sister just ordered a Berkey. Okay, that's good.
Yeah, Berkey, I think is the best thing. I think glass jars and storage containers is gonna be a thing. People are gonna have to learn how to can their stuff. They're buying all this stuff, and then they're gonna have to learn how to preserve it. Farming setups, like little greenhouse setups, I think that people make.
I mean, look, guys, this thing could be, you know, cleared up a good amount in the next month or two, but it also maybe won't.
Europe, there's some countries in Europe that were saying it would take 18 months before.
And you know, it could
who
be.
knows what they want to do? It's what they want
right.
to do.
It's what they want to do. You know, we don't fully know. So
as soon as they signed it off as a national emergency, we more or less lost all say in the matter.
yeah, so it's about preparation all around. It's about take a deep breath and prepare for worst case scenario, and then breathe again.
Yeah, and I mean, you know, one person pointed out, and I think it's a good point out, is okay, so who's the most at risk with this? Is that people that are older. Who has all the money and the power and the influence? People that are older, of course, they'd want to make these kind of quarantines because they definitely don't want to get it.
So what are you saying with that?
Well, I'm saying that, you know, I talked to an endocrinologist or entomologist, or basically I picked somebody up in my Uber at the Duke University Hospital who basically studies diseases. And I asked him straight up, I said, do you think that everybody's going to get exposed to this? He said, yes.
Okay.
So the thing is, I don't think there's much that people can do. I think that they're trying to do a quarantine because the people in power are scared of dying. It's the younger people that actually aren't going to be affected as much.
Well, the people in power Like people in power are in their fucking bat caves in fucking New Zealand or in the islands off of the whatever.
All those, you got a point. All those people that have money, they're hiding in there. They all left their positions. At least that's what they say.
I mean, well, that's a whole nother story. That whole narrative of that thing, just without even knowing all that, just okay, so the Q narrative, Trump Q narrative, that all these people resigned or got fired or whatever. You're talking about that, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so who knows? Because there's no. Do you have any proof of that?
No, it seems to be a Facebook rumor or whatever, you know. And
it's a Q thing. It's from Q. It's the whole, you know, QAnon. It's the Q narrative. Trump supporters. Trump is the angel of life.
Yeah, I know. It's like a fake. It's like a fake. To me, that stuff seems a bit like extra.
People that need to believe in something.
Yeah.
Probably. So aside from all that, just a person in power is going to use their money like a person that has, you know, many millions or billions or whatever the case may be is already off in their bunkers or whatever the hell they could do, you know, wherever they go to. But the whole thing of, I was thinking the opposite. I was thinking that the reason that they're not doing enough about it, because they're not, like we're late on it, is to kill off the old people because of Social Security.
Yeah, no, it makes total sense.
You know, these people that I mean, you know, there's the whole globalist thing. Like the globalist agenda is that the Earth is 90% overpopulated.
Yeah.
So if they could just get it down
to
the right number, it would be workable. I mean, it's fucked up. I'm laughing because I'm not living my life with that fear. You know, I'm gonna talk about it, and it's a thing out there.
We should make fun of it. We should make more comedy videos and fun things like that. That's something that, like, it fights the negative energy that's being out there. The way you fight the fear is like a black magic, or like almost like a force of nature right now, which is the thing that's good though is there's two things. One thing is that there's that negative energy, so there's like a push and a pull, and so people like us, we can kind of do something that's positive and kind of fight back against that and do something. The other thing is that everybody's attention is over there. So for people that have a higher spiritual awakening, we can.
Can you see it?
I can see it.
Yeah, you see?
Fear.
Like, I don't know how to write. Everybody witness how I can only type in my life.
Yeah. Black. Magic. Yeah. Fear's black magic. Yeah, it is. So, but everybody's attention is going over there. So we can utilize their attention, and we can also do things on our own which have nothing to do with well, everybody's attention somewhere. We can put our attention somewhere. You know, that's a powerful force. There's like a space, there's breathing room right now in the mental realm because everybody's focused somewhere else. We can go into the higher realm. That's what I'm trying to say. But so as spiritual people, that's the other thing. Me, you, devotees, I think this is a real time for us to be able to be there for people. Like I'm spending like a couple hours every day and I'm just writing people and I'm saying, how are you doing? Like, I feel that that's my dharma right now. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I'm just saying, how are you doing? How do you feel? Are you sick? Are you scared? Like, just talking to them.
Yeah.
And I think that's the best. I just do it. I'm going through my friends list, and I'm just, okay, here's somebody. Hey, how are you doing? Are you okay? And it's good. And plus, it's knowledge gather information. Like, that's my Scorpio, Mars and Scorpio side that's activated right now. It's like, okay, what's going on? I want to know what's really going on. I don't want to just listen to the news. So let me ask people what's actually going on and how they feel. I talked to somebody, they're a nurse, and they told me that in their state, the only people that actually have work right now is the medical profession. Like, everybody's out of work. Like, it's crazy. Like, we'll see how long this lasts, but it's like everything's in lockdown. So, like, that's the thing. We're, as spiritual people, especially me, I mean,
Are you in phone? The blood types. You saw that?
oh, right,
Some
yeah,
blood
it's the
types
O.
are
The O
more.
types are the most resistant.
O types are the most resistant, right? It says. Is that what you saw?
Basically, the conclusion of the study was that when compared with non-A blood groups, they're taking the data of the research with the blood group A had a significantly higher risk for COVID-19 when compared with a non-A blood group. And those in O group, meanwhile, had a significantly lower risk for the infection.
Do you know what you are?
I'm O positive or A negative, or O positive or O negative.
You're O then,
I'm
so
O.
you're good.
But that also means that in the study they say that the O blood
Will
type
carry it.
can be the perfect asymptomatic carrier without even knowing that, but then it can be they or we can be the more of the super spreader.
Yeah. Well, it's good that you have that instinct to be fully protected when you're out there. Then.
Yeah. Well, that's why. That's why it's like like I understand that maybe some people.
Can you hear him?
Yeah, I can hear him.
Okay.
Yeah, no, I understand that, how people, I mean, we all have our own process, how we're all like really relaying.
I don't know
this
what blood type I
information
am.
To our system, to our psyche, to
Yeah.
our spirit.
Yeah.
It's definitely playing tricks on all of us, that's for sure.
Yeah.
So that's why I gotta remind myself to check myself too.
So he has Rahu in Ardra.
Oh, yeah, he has like you. I was telling him that because he also has like you
you guys are
Is he 18 or 37?
He's 38, right? You're 38. Are you going to be 38 now this year?
I'm 37 right now.
37. Yeah. So yeah, same cycle like you, like the same, the revolution thing, that whole thing that you guys, yeah, because he's 38 also, so he's born in that same time. It stays in 18 months.
Can you see him there?
Yeah, he's here.
Here, I'll do a visual with a fellow brother there. Let's see.
Hey.
Hey, how are you?
So
I'm
we
good.
have going and we're pre-recording that we're gonna put it on YouTube, and then we're live on Facebook. So just so you know.
Okay. Yeah. Sweet. Okay. Well, I'll let you guys do your thing, but nice to see you.
Yeah. Namaste.
Hey, namaste.
Yeah. So yeah, I wish I would have found out what my blood type was. Do you know what's yours?
Yeah, I got it tested so long ago, I forget. All I know is that Neela knows hers. I should ask her. She's more. I think she's an O type. She got sick, but it went away after a couple days.
Right.
We don't know what it was, but
yeah.
It's always
good.
a
few people. Sorry, go ahead.
Oh yeah.
What you said?
No, I was just gonna say it's always good to be careful.
Right.
The Tulsi worked. The Tulsi worked, and the oregano.
So she didn't have to do the garlic. That's good. Tulsi is powerful. Tulsi is no joke.
Tulsi is really powerful.
Seriously,
Tulsi is really
she's-
powerful. That's the stuff.
Yeah, that's, I finished my little bottle. I was going hard on the drops. I have another bottle,
I'm
but
taking this,
yeah,
but the reason is because it has 2,000 milligrams of vitamin C, 600 milligrams of garlic powder.
does it have zinc? Does it have zinc?
Actually, it does.
How much zinc?
Oh, I think not much though, 100 milligrams. But the other thing is that I also take a multivitamin.
That
Okay.
has a lot of zinc in it, probably. Because
Yeah.
the zinc is the thing.
For men, so they usually put extra zinc in it if it's a male formula.
Okay. So zinc is one of the active ingredients that is found in herbs such as cannabis and other adaptogens that will reduce the cytokine or what is it? Cytokine. This is a new word, so I'm still freaking learning it.
Yeah.
Cytokine storm, because
Yeah.
essentially the virus is not what.
Yeah, I was watching that video you sent me of the guy, Dr. Shiva.
Yeah. So they had already talked about the whole cytokine thing at the meeting. The most like scientific lady that was there, that had done all the research and continuing to do so, and said that the cytokine, that's what people really get sick and die from, is the cytokine. I just noticed that Mars and Jupiter are exactly like literally on top of each other. That's all that warrior
Yeah.
energy that we got going on.
Wow, you're right. We really are like almost right on top of each other. And Jupiter's gonna move.
So you guys, I'm checking this. So if you have any questions or if there's anything that you want us to talk about, let's talk about it.
Yeah, here too on Boss. Like, if there's any questions that anybody has, anything you want to know, like let us know, because
That's what we're wanting to create here, to
is a dialogue as well. Yes.
see what people are actually going through. And it's still new. People are processing.
Yeah, that's the thing. That's what people are going through right now. They're processing it. It's things are very uncertain, to the point where people almost don't even know what questions to ask about their future. You know what I mean? That's how you know that it's uncertain. This happens. I mean, the main thing that we in the astrological community need to tell people is that, okay, it's what was and will never be again, but that doesn't. But it goes through rotations. It's like it's not the same thing, but it's a similar thing. It's like every single time something happens, every time Rahu comes, there's a panic situation. So it's like it's not going to be the same thing every time, but every time that it happens lately, this is what they've been doing, and so this is what's going on. It's a cycle. It's just something that happens in nature. We've been through this. Depending on how old you are, you've been through this many times before. And so it's something that we can just do, is just realize we've been through this before. 9/11 was a thing. This is a thing. It's going to happen. And then the last time, what it was, there was a reverse of this, was 2008. 2009. Rahu,
reverse of this? Oh, the other way around. Right. Okay. And then, so
Rahu were in Gemini and Sagittarius.
So you know what? Actually, what's her name? Joni Patry went back another 18 years in her most recent video.
Mm-hmm.
And she said that, because, we had already talked about 18 and a half years ago was 9/11. Okay, and then, so before I continue with the other ones, look for the similarity between all these is that is a social paradigm shift. It's a time when people remember before that and after that things changed.
Exactly.
Like, oh, after that happened, nobody's life was the same. So, you know, people who've lived through a few of these, you're gonna maybe resonate with one more than the other. But the thing is to look at the country as a whole and even like the whole planet to a certain degree with some of them, you know. And so basically those dates is the 18 and a half years ago was 9/11. 18 and a half years before that was AIDS. 18 and a half years before that was the JFK assassination, which was a major turning point for this country.
Exactly. And then there's the nuclear bomb in Hiroshima and Nagasaki. That was what happened before that.
18 years before that.
And
And
so
then
it started the
18
atomic age, and there was the big fear of the bomb. Like that was what was there. And then, you know, it's every single 18 and a half years, there's a change. And it's
And
just
then-
what happens. And we survived what happened before.
Right, so
And
the last one that she added now was 18 and a half years before that, around 1927, which was, there was a major pandemic, a flu that was like, and then the other thing was, hold on, let me see what I can X out of this and see, because I made a note of it, because I just heard her say this one. Oh, major earthquake in China.
oh, really?
Yeah, 1927. Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Oh, yeah. I was like, hold on, it's something significant.
Yeah, I mean, you know, Pras Trivedi is saying there's going to be major earth changes. We'll see.
No, I haven't seen him say anything about this yet.
Yeah, no, he came up with a video recently.
On his channel?
Yeah.
So
He says, Pras Trivedi says that this is all, that the coronavirus is all something to distract people, because what's really going to happen is major earth changes, and people, they're trying to make it so people don't see that or notice it. Like,
okay.
that's what he says. I mean, we'll see. I mean, you know, he gets out there a little bit, but he's pretty freaking smart when it comes to certain things. Like, for example, do you know that there's a major snowstorm that's hitting the Midwest right now? It's going to be happening real soon. Like, they're going to get like 2 feet of snow everywhere.
Where?
All over the middle of the country.
Oh, wow.
Like, that's kind of weird. It's going to be the first day of spring. First day of spring, the spring equinox.
Well, I mean, another thing that they talked about with all this is the manipulation of weather, because every day that there was that it was clear. One friend told us this. Every day that it was clear, like in the last little bit, they saw like the chemtrail type planes out.
Right.
You know, for whatever that's worth. I don't know. You know what I mean? Here, let me see. I pulled up, so the other thing that like, aside from the Rahu Ketu thing, which brings a certain amount of change, also, I went back to, okay, so this is confusing. I'm trying to go back to the Civil War. Wasn't it 1861?
Yeah.
250 years ago. So why are we seeing Pluto in Aries?
Because it's not the Revolutionary War. The Revolutionary War is.
No, that's what I meant. I meant to put the Revolutionary War. The Revolution.
Yes,
I put the Civil War. Sorry, I'm tripping. I'm like, hold on.
But look where Rahu and Ketu are.
Oh shit! I wasn't even looking for that, and it happens to also be in that same axis. This is why Sagittarius and Gemini people are freaking insufferable.
Look at that. Look at that.
Oh my gosh. Okay, Revolutionary War started 1775. That's the day that I wanted to see because all right, there we go. You see it? You see it's showing? Yeah, so
Yeah,
Pluto
5 degrees Capricorn.
and 5 degrees Capricorn, where Saturn is right now. So it's also, this is the story of this country. So on the chart of the transit of the revolution,
Yeah,
Saturn is right on
Pluto, which is the
Pluto.
revolutionary power.
Shit.
Yeah, well, I can vouch for something, which is that I've been doing a lot of driving around looking for rides. You go to places. I just drove through Duke, and there's construction everywhere, and it looks like they're putting things up, and like towers. And the same thing at a mall, at a shop, you remember that big shopping mall?
All right, so we need your Mars and Scorpio 8th house investigative abilities to go out there and try to find out what's really going on.
Yeah, no, I when I'm out there, I'll take some pictures and video, and maybe even talk to the workers.
Yeah, you saw that video.
Everywhere
That's
I'm
what that guy
going-
did. They went and they talked to the workers to find out what's really going on. I mean, who knows how much on lockdown? Like, I don't know. Who knows? You might find an opportunity to talk to somebody. I don't have opportunity,
It's dead.
and
Like I drove down whatever 40 to Raleigh at like 5 p.m., which is normally like it takes you forever. Like I just drove through. There was no traffic on any of the freeways, on any of the highways. The downtowns are dead. It was almost scary. It almost looked like post-apocalyptic. Well, it didn't look post-apocalyptic, but like there was hardly like anybody, any cars, anybody out. Like even, yeah, I figured some people would be out doing something, but it was literally just like nobody.
I mean, it's as far as we understand, nobody should be out. Like that's. I mean, from one stand, and then from the other stand is who knows what's really going on.
Yeah.
Oh gosh, it's intense. Wow,
Regardless,
so in this one, Saturn was conjunct. Oh no, Saturn was in Virgo,
Hasta.
in Hasta. Interesting.
Mercury debilitated. That's funny.
Mm-hmm.
Nobody's talking. The sun in Pisces. Oh, that's what's going on now. Is sun in Pisces.
Right, I did it to the same day.
Right.
I didn't go to like the exact date of the revolution. Actually, I just did it to
Yeah.
like the year. So it actually didn't start until April 19th. So let me go to that actually. That's somebody I know birthday. April 19th. Okay.
Saturn.
Well, Mercury was right on my moon. That's exactly where my moon is.
Yeah, debilitated Mercury. And the sun is in Aries. That makes more sense for a war.
Man. Have you seen what the different astrologers are saying in regards to when the sun moves, when the sun goes into Aries?
The sun goes into Aries? No, I haven't seen.
Who was it that said that it was gonna like? So Sam Jeppy was saying that. Excuse me, like a week after Sun moving into Aries also is going to be Akshaya Tritiya,
Right.
and like all these good aspects and like, oh, let's go to that. We can go to Akshaya Tritiya and look at that. I'm pretty sure it's like April 24th, I think you said.
Yeah.
I was listening to him, but then he said the date after.
It'll be easy to tell because the sun will be in Aries and the moon will be in Kritika.
Okay, yeah, so
That's
it'll
it.
be the next day. Probably
Or
20.
maybe a few hours, because that's 3 in the morning. So,
6
oh,
p.m.
PM, okay.
Yes, I'm gonna go to 10 a.m. the next day and see.
Because really, what you do is you wait for the moon to go into Taurus part of Kritika. Yeah, that's the actual time when it's Akshaya Tritiya.
So the 25th. So let's see, like sunrise, more or less.
What's the Tritiya? See, it's even Tritiya Tithi. This is the thing that annoys me to no end is that they'll put these dates like the 24th, and then so the 25th is actually more like the real time.
Who
And then
put the
people
24th?
the 25th, the 24th. Maybe it's just if you look at the date, like the official date that they put out it was the 24th. But if
Who
you ask
did?
me as an astrologer, it looks more like the 25th. And this is the kind of things I run into sometimes.
Who did that? Who put that out?
The Hindu calendars and things like that.
Oh, okay.
Actually, Tritiya is I mean, I even put for America. I put for, and they said this is what happens though.
Oh, you mean when I asked you? Okay. So anyway, we see here that okay, so this is around sunrise. So look at that. That's also called Sarpa.
Yeah, you're right. That's the
Everything's
thing.
on.
Well, I think by April, by Akshaya Tritiya, it should clear up hopefully. Oh, where's Rahu going to be? Ah, see, look, that's the other thing. Rahu's going to be in Mrigashira, which is what KRS was saying. He says when
What did
Rahu
he say
goes into
about that?
KRS was saying when Rahu goes into Mrigashira, then a lot of this stuff will clear up. We'll see.
Well, chill out. Yeah, so that was also part of it. That was also what Sam Jeppy was saying, that that's also part of like what will help like allow for whatever blessings are gonna come through this to come, because Mars is exalted on top of Sun and Moon being exalted. Mars is exalted. Venus is in its own sign. Jupiter is technically debilitated, but Nichbang because Mars is there.
Right.
And then, so Venus is in no sign. Saturn is in its own sign. Rahu is in a more chill nakshatra.
Mm-hmm.
Ketu's still digging up in Mula.
Yeah.
So there's the intense energy is still there, but there's a lot of favorable things. There's a lot of light that can
Yeah.
come in.
Hopefully, all the fear and paranoia will be reduced by then.
Right.
The thing I hope this doesn't mean is just mass, because the thing is that I know us as astrologers like to put certain spins on things, but if you remember the Revolutionary War chart, the sun was in Aries, and that's why they were in war.
Well, it's true. So the thing is that, okay, see, the thing is, like, as far as I can tell, like none of them were really saying like, oh, it's just gonna be better. Like it's more like something good is gonna happen.
Right.
So it's like to take it in stride. Some people are gonna die, people are gonna be sick, people are gonna need, but we also have to see the bigger picture that we're here for something bigger than this.
Yeah.
And that
Right, exactly.
during that time there'll be more signal to that. There'll be more. So like, now we're like in this, I'm eating a banana, guys.
Yeah.
So in this time, it's like, it's Ekadasi. So all I had today was my chai, coffee,
Mhm.
and an avocado.
There you
So
go.
my friend just offered me a banana. I couldn't say no. You know.
Yeah.
Anyway,
So
so
yeah, I mean, Thomas Sheridan, the Druid guy, he was saying that after this is all done, he's thinking it'll start to clear up in April. In April, just like everyone, all the astrologers are saying.
well, no. So I was gonna say, go ahead, but I'm gonna add to that because they're not saying it's all gonna clear up in April.
Well, not clear up, but people, the energy's gonna go in a better swing in April, is what he was saying as well. And he's not even an astrologer, but that's
Okay.
just what he did his stuff that he does, and that was his determination. Was in April it was gonna start to. But he said the main thing is that people, between now and then, people are going to, his take was this, between now and then, people are going to freak out, and a lot of negative people are going to be forced to look at themselves and go through a lot of the S types are going to kind of freak out, and they're going to have to kind of go more internal, and there's going to be a lot of growth on that level and some people aren't going to be able to handle it. And so it's really up to us as spiritual people to kind of help guide them. And then the other thing he said is when people get to the other side of this, it's going to give them courage. Like, I survived the coronavirus. Like, it's going to give people like a really big boost in confidence, and like knowing that, hey, I did this, I survived this. It's going to be a positive energy like that. And I think that might be what we're seeing here with the sun in Aries is that confidence, the determination, that willpower.
Right. Well, I nobody was on anymore on my page live broadcast, so I went live on the Rade Cultura one.
Yeah,
anyway.
I've been shifting between about four or five, sometimes 2 or 3.
What?
People watching.
Yeah, so here we are. Dang,
Oh, so what were you gonna say about this?
Oh, so I mean, I've seen. I forgot who said it, but like I think it was Johnny Patry. Like this is like until Rahu Ketu move completely out of Rahu goes into
Taurus or Aries?
Taurus and Ketu goes into Scorpio. It's not gonna go away, and even when that happens, it has to go through Giesta. So like I've seen, like it could go into next year.
Yeah.
Because when K2 is in Giesta, that's also gonna be,
Yeah, tell me about it. I mean, the whole thing, K2, the Scorpio, I mean, and then Rahu and Taurus. I mean, this is gonna be a lot of
Kritika.
Yeah.
Because when it's in not at the end of Taurus. No, I got the other one, Migashira.
Migashira?
Right?
Yeah.
Because that's opposite from
Jesta, yeah.
Giesta. Yeah, Jesta. So when it's in that side, well, at least I mean Migashira is an interesting place, They also don't want their happiness to be disturbed,
Going back, they're all about going back to nature and like living a kind of like, it's Mars ruled, but it's very
primal.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's a lot of primal type energy there, and like, well,
it's a deer. It's a deer head. It's like
idealistic. There's a good bit of idealism in there. I mean, it's like chill idealism, but it's also like, I got my guns.
Yeah, exactly.
My peace. I will kill you.
Jupiter, you know, Saturn doesn't like Mars either. I mean, there's a lot of the kids. I was watching this. You know, the long-haired guy who does the astrology.
They all have long hair.
Okay, the one that's the Mullah. I think he's Mullah. You know who I'm talking about? He does the cards too.
Ernst Wilhelm.
Yes.
Yeah.
He was saying, yeah, he's saying Jupiter and Saturn conjunct in chart is very intense.
Is that a new video about this or just in general? He was
Just in
talking?
general.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I was thinking about the people that I know that have Saturn and Jupiter conjunct. Is that what you're saying, Saturn and Jupiter? Or
Yeah, Saturn and Jupiter.
yeah.
He said it's like Jupiter improves and blesses whatever planet he's with, and Saturn attacks whatever planet he's with. So when Jupiter and Saturn are together, it's good for the focus of the person's life is always about healing, and they can't get any blessings in their life until they've healed, basically.
I mean, it's also like downsizing, you know. People need to get used to the idea of like they're not going to have the same things that they had. The priorities have to shift. That's another indication, you know.
Yeah, and people, I think that's a lot of this tension in the mind is going to be caused by Jupiter, Saturn, and Mars. Is that, you know, there's a lot of stuff that people are going to have to face internally before we turn around as a people. I think this. That's what I'm seeing here.
It looks like somebody's on, but I can't see who it is. I was about to finish it and try somewhere else, but I'll let that go. I'll keep it going for a little bit.
Yeah.
So yeah, we're here talking about the astrology.
The current astrology and what's going on.
Astro analyzing the Wuhan virus, because that's really what it should be called.
Yes. The Wuhan virus, just like they had the Spanish flu. And the Zika virus, which comes from all that stuff. You name it after the town they found it.
Right. Well, all of them. They all named after the town, and the only reason why they decided to call it the Chinese wanted to be called the novel coronavirus, because their whole culture is about saving face.
Yep.
And some fake bullshit. How about that?
How about that?
And people want, so many groups are like, do you think it's racist to call it the Chinese virus? Like, shut the fuck up. How is that racist? Like, are you dumb or are you dumb? Like, are you serious right now? Like, I can't with this whole whatever that
all that stuff's finished now.
Call that. I don't know.
Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? all those people with gender studies majors are really going to be double thinking what they're doing right now.
While you're reaching out individually to people, I'm in the groups and I'm seeing what they're talking about, and that's how I'm gauging, you know, Capricorn.
Yeah, well, we all have our specialities and our strengths.
Right, you're doing it in your individual motherly Cancer way, and I'm doing it in my scope is everybody's social way, Capricorn way, 10th house way, and trust me, it's people got nothing but time than to try to be nothing but time to be socially correct and all this other bullshit.
Oh, that'll this is the age of Capricorn. This is the age of Saturn. The next 7 years.
Yeah.
So all that stuff. This whole thing. All the SJWs. All that. And it's really the age of Capricorn for as long as Pluto is going to be there. You know,
Yeah.
that's the thing. It's the age of Capricorn. It's the age of Saturn.
When did that go
For
to?
however long it is that Pluto's going to be going through Capricorn and Aquarius.
How long is Pluto going to be in Capricorn?
I don't know. It's usually about 20 years a sign.
Okay, let's find out, Prabhu.
Okay, I can.
I'm looking, but let's see. It's only telling me
Well, the way to do it is here.
The Vedic. It's telling me the Western. Can you just look at that for a second, and I'll be right back. I need to. 1 second.
Yeah.
1 second. Ek minute.
Oh, okay. Cannot minimize Zoom when you're recording. Okay. Here, folks. I'm going to. Gonna look up using my phone.
I hung myself upside down on the inversion table before I
Oh,
got
wow.
on. Yeah, so it's a good idea. People need to figure out a way to invert themselves. Let all the blood rush to your head somehow, some way.
Mm-hmm.
Which, downward dog.
Right? No, that's
Another
good stuff
yoga
too.
positions are good for that. If you don't have an inversion table, there's different ways to use benches also to do that in an assisted way. And pretty soon we're gonna get what's it called? The other things to invert oneself. Oh, a swing, like those aerial yoga
Oh, yeah.
swings. So did you find out?
I'm still looking. Gotta find the date, but it's still, it's gonna be like it's 17, 18 years. Because it's not, here, just give me a second. I'm gonna,
Oh yeah, it's 10 years.
no,
Oh, no.
in 2036 it'll still be.
Yeah, no, it's not 10 years. Hold on. I'm trying to go based on the Pluto ingresses close to 2020.
Okay.
2024. See that this is Western.
Okay, so it's in 2037, it's still going to be in Capricorn. So just I'm using the cosmic insights because while I'm recording, I can't open up the other one here. It also, the thing with Pluto is it does things differently for every sign. Okay, so until 2039, it's going to be in Capricorn. So that's 19 years that Pluto's going to be in Capricorn.
They need to call this this era the Plutonians. This this generation after Gen Z that's starting now.
Yeah.
All right, I'm gonna try going live on another page. I guess I'll try Johnny Shoni now. I'm just doing it on all of them.
Yeah.
Just so that, you know, people see it and they know that we're here if they need help. And, you know, this is what we can offer.
Exactly.
Everybody got something different to offer. This is what we can offer in life.
Word to your mother. Okay, I'll go live again on.
Oh, you had stopped it?
I had to stop it.
So it's good to stop it. You know what? We should probably stop this and then start a new one just so it's not so long.
Yeah, good idea. Stop.
Yeah,
Pause.
you do.
Stop recording. And then